everybody. Today we're going to be looking at a list that has become pretty popularized. I built a long time ago, which has now gone through many phases and transitions, but now I believe is quite polished off and doesn't really have too much room to change. So this is the finished Nilfgaard Golden Nekker Hyperthin reveal, which centers around this card, Albrick, which had a rework. It used to just summon itself to the board. It's been reworked where it now, when it's moved to the top of your deck, it boosts a random allied unit by 2, and then it boosts self by 2. Well, if you move it to the top of the deck enough times, it becomes very large. So if you move it to the top of the deck 7 different times throughout the game, you now have a 20-point body in your deck, and you can do some fun things with that whenever you take into consideration all of these cards with the reveal mechanic, such as Arthisius, reveal a random card in your deck. If it's a unit, boost self by its power and shuffle it back. If it's an artifact or special card, play it. Well, the idea of this deck is to have there only be one card left in the deck in round 3, so that this isn't so random. This just reveals the giant Albrick that you have built up throughout the game. Then you also have a Yennefer Divination, which does it does pretty much the same thing. This card just boosts an allied unit instead of itself. Then we have Vilgefortz. This card is generally used as a offensive card since it can destroy any enemy unit. So this is just a valuable card in general. But in this deck, we're actually using it for its underutilized ranged ability, which destroys an allied unit and summons the top unit from your deck to a random allied row. So, as I had explained before, the final card in our deck is going to be Albrick. The deck thins 8, which means a deck thinning 9 is a fully thin deck. There'd be 0 cards left in the leftover in round 3, but we can count our thins in the deck builder. Golden Nekker is a 3 thin since it plays 3 cards out of your deck. Royal Decree is a 4 thin. Roach is a 5th thin since it comes out of your deck. Summoning Circle is a 6th thin since it pulls a unit out of your deck, which we're going to be taking onto Imperial Golem. This is a huge tempo card that has a negative deployability. So the Summoning Circle, not only does it help with thinning to make this deck work, but it also has resilience. So this card can be used for carryover or tempo in the round that you play it, if you play it right between 2 units immediately. Super versatile. You don't see this combo used very much. It's one of the things I like most about the deck is this combo of using this as the artifact for the deck. It's just very cool with this deck, especially because the hidden known thing about this card is that it actually shows you the order of your entire deck from start to finish. So when you play this card onto the board, as we're going to see, you're going to be able to see every single card in your deck, and it's going to also, that's the order that you're going to draw them. So it's basically like a maxi that also pulls a 13 power card. And that's only that's only 1/3 of this Golden Nekker play. So it's very, very valuable. And is just a really cool mechanic, I think. So that's the interesting dynamic with it. And then, so basically, in our bronze packages and below our lower provision cards, these are our cards that are just bringing the Albrick to the top of the deck. So we've got cards like Fisher King, which is very useful because this can target anything in the deck at the same power for 6 points. If you have to, on red coin, it can lift Golden Nekker to the top of the deck, so that you, if you missed it in cases like that. It also just helps set up the Golden Nekker So we're never playing this card randomly. We're always going to set up what the first card it's going to pull is. So you have to keep Summoning Circle in your deck, and you have to keep Royal Decree in your deck. These are the only special and artifact in the deck that Golden Nekker is going to play. So they have to be in your deck. We also like to keep in round 1 and 2 cards like Zarthysius and Yennefer. These two especially, you don't even want in your hand in the first couple rounds. You just mulligan them away. Since we thin the deck completely, you are playing every single card in the deck every game. So you're never going to not draw them later or anything like that. There's no concerns about consistency. There's 100% consistency with the deck. It's just about the consistency of having the cards you need earlier in the game versus the cards you need at the end you're always going to have. So we want to get rid of cards, namely by order of priority of cards that you don't want in your hand in the early round 1 and 2 is 1 and 2 Zarthysius and Yen by far. The lower order, but you also still don't really want them, is going to be your Dodric. You really want to play this in round 3. Dodric in round 3, when you are thin to 1, his order ability of range, draw a card, then move a card from your hand to the bottom of your deck, this will trigger your Albric every turn. So in round 3, since your Albric is the only card left in your deck, this will shuffle him back onto the bottom, which is also the top. As Michael Jordan would say, the ceiling is the roof. And this is worth it's worth about 8 or 10 points a turn of an engine. So your opponent has to get rid of this immediately, or else you automatically win in round 3. Even against like an engine overload deck, if Dodric isn't answered, it's game over because he'll match the engine output of 4 bronze engines at once by himself if he's unanswered. Okay. And then next, other cards we don't really want early is going to be Vilgefortz. The only time that you would want him in your hand early is if you are playing against like Assimilate, which I haven't seen very much of that at all. But you definitely want him in your hand if you're playing against Assimilate because you don't want them playing Vilgefortz against you. That's going to mill you and screw up your deck. And you want to avoid that. I will go over sort of what to do and how to fix that if it becomes an issue. But you definitely want to avoid that if you can. Or if you're playing against some sort of super hyper greed strategy where you absolutely have to Vilgefortz something like I don't know, like a pirate armor abuse deck, you have to build the defender and lock the Sienna or else you lose the game, then you can use it offensively, but there's a huge opportunity cost to using Vilg offensively, and you shouldn't do it unless it 100% guarantees you lose the game if you don't answer that. And if it doesn't, it's not worth using. So that's what I usually go by, because he is going to be the finisher. He's going to be the last card you play of the game. You're going to play him on the ranged row, and you're going to kill a very small unit and pull out the gigantic Albric from your deck. Just keeping along with other cards you don't really want. This is a good card for round 3 because Maxie's ability in round 3 allows her to set a card to the bottom. Similar to Dodric, this also will trigger Albric in round 3 since he's the only card in the deck, and that's very useful. However, you can definitely use her in round 1 on red coin. Round 1 on red coin, if you don't have GN in hand, you can check your deck order, see if you're gonna draw it the next round or not, and help make decisions on how to fix your hand if you have to. So very useful in that case as well. If you're unlucky with your draws, she can definitely help out. On blue coin, it's not going to be as necessary. We are running a Curse Scroll with this deck, so generally you're going to be able to fix your hand and get it playable if you're on blue coin. Some other card, another interesting dynamic is this one-off Strays of Spala. This is another versatile hand fixing, also round 3 value card. If you go into round 3 with one card left in your deck, so you've played Golden Nekker and you've played Snowdrop with Leader in an earlier round, this card, what you can do is you can mulligan away 1 bronze, keep an Albrecht in hand. Then the first play of round 3, you play Strays, you shuffle the Albrecht back into your deck, and you'll draw that bronze you shuffled away. This shuffling the Albrecht back will trigger it, and this will do it while this is an 8, triggers it. It'll look as it plays a 10 on the board, but the Albrecht proc is worth about 8 points, so it's worth a huge amount as a bronze in round 3. But again, sort of similar to Maxi, if you need to fix your hand so that you don't get 2-0'd, then it's great. It still plays as an 8 for 4, and it can send back, like say you brick a summoning circle and you need to play your Golden Nekker that round. You can send back that summoning circle and bring up maybe a Mage Assassin or whatever that you need, or just a bronze that's going to be a playable card in those earlier rounds. So this is a versatile one also. Don't be afraid to use it in earlier rounds if you have to fix your hand, like I said, but it's also a ton of points in round 3 if you can you can play it in the situation with shuffling Albrecht back. Other things is we run 1 premium, 1 non-premium of these cards, namely the Mage Assassins and the Blight Makers. This is because when you use Maxi and also on Summoning Circle, when you see the order, it's going to show you the order of your deck when you play Summoning Circle. So we will be able to tell which Mage Assassin, say you have a Mage Assassin at the bottom of your deck, you need Mage Assassins in hand for your leader to work, to shuffle them and thin them out. So we want these, we need these in hand before we play leader, or very close to the top, within the top 3 cards. So when you have 1 shiny and 1 premium and 1 non-premium, you can actually differentiate between them and see, oh, the non-premium one is the one that's like 1 card from the bottom of the deck. I'm going to use my scroll on this to bring it to my hand. If you say you're in round 1 on blue and you play your Golden Nekker, which is also a little bit different. We are playing Golden Nekker in round 1 with this deck. That's generally what you're shooting to do. It just gives you a little bit, it gives you more information so that you can make better decisions with which cards you bring in hand and whatnot. So, it's interesting. The deck, it doesn't have much control. It doesn't seem like it should be complicated, but you're really going to be playing against yourself a lot in terms of trying not to make mistakes and to try to play it most optimally. The only other consideration is a lot of people ask about this card, Lydia. I like Lydia because I think she's very flexible in that she can often take a 5 damage removal from a graveyard, like a bronze 5 damage removal. She can take like backup plans or harvest. There's always good options against Scoia'tael to take. She can also steal a waylay from like a Simless waylay deck. She can steal one from the graveyard. She can steal Boo Hurts from the graveyard from False Theory decks, which are getting played a lot recently. So she's just very versatile, and she plays for always like 12 to 15 points usually. And against Skellige, she can take Freya's Blessings, which I use a Freya onto another Blightmaker. This is worth an insane amount of tempo and carryover. It's worth 14 in tempo on the board, And yeah, like I said, every all brick proc is going to be worth 8 points in round 3. So that is just it's worth an incredible amount of points. So she's just a very good card at 8 provisions. She helps you survive because we don't want to invest everything into cards that are non-playable in earlier rounds. You need some power to get you through to round 3. These payoffs are enough to win. You've got 1, 2, and 3 payoffs. You've got Yennefer, Zarth, and then the Vilg pulling out the Albrick. So if your Albrick's at 20 to 24 points, you're playing 27 points, 29 point, 30 some point last plays. Your last 3 cards are going to be playing for close to 90 points. So you really don't need any more payoff than that. It's already enough. It's going to win. If you get to round 3 in a short round, the game is already over. You don't need more. You just need to get there. So we're not playing something like a Triss, where this is going to overkill anything anyway. And it's another unplayable card. It's just not worth being that greedy with it. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the deck. We got Siri Nova. This is another carryover. This card's great in this deck because it just helps you survive. We were often playing it in round 1 to carry over into round 2 if we're losing. If we're losing round 1, but yeah, this is the goal. You use leader, you use Golden Nekker to win one of the first 2 rounds, and then yeah, your opponent, you're going to be revealing a giant Ulrich, and the points just are overwhelming. So let's get into some games with it. I'll show you some tips and tricks for how to play with it, and we'll see if we can get some wins. All right, looks like we have. I've seen this. I may have played this player already today. Um, White Frost, and we are on red coin, and we do not have GN, and we also have 2 unplayable cards in hand. So I'll show you a little bit of what to do here. Here we go. We have an Albrick in hand. We're going to actually keep it since we have this card, Vic of Novice, which is going to allow us to draw another card and to place this in deck. So instead, we're going to get rid of Zarthysius, and we get another brick here. All right, I'm just going to think a little bit. Right now, what I'm trying to consider is if I can even go for Golden Nekker, since we got this brick in hand, and what to do in the case that we can't, right? Um, So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I can't really go for it. I can't fix the hand enough to play Golden Nekker this round. What I can do is make sure that I have a good playable hand in next round. That's what I'm gonna do here. We're gonna go for Maxi. It looks like we will draw the Nekker, and the first card it's gonna play is Blightmaker. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep this. Um, so we just have to hope that our mulligans don't go on top of Blightmaker. But I think in this sort of a case, we are probably going to have to just hope for the best with it. Go here. We're going to draw this back. Unfortunately, this card isn't very playable either. And we're going to have to take these 2 mulligans here and here. Or excuse me, we're going to have to mulligan this and then the Albrick. And then we'll be able to play the GN, and the card on it will be a Blightmaker. Yeah. So in this round, what we would really like to see is we want Winter Queen to come out, and we're just gonna keep procking the Albrick. All right. Awesome. This is good. Um, Hopefully he doesn't have a lot more frost. So we're just going to keep playing into this a little bit. Play the courier. And so this part is a little bit easy. Some of the decisions you have to make with this are going to take time. It's going to be hard to like consider what's going on in certain rounds, but it's good to start to try to think ahead on what you're going to do in the next turn. Yeah, so our opponent is putting out a ton of points here. We are going to greet it one more turn. We're going to greet it one more turn. I think we can make up the points if we have to. So we now have Albrecht up at 10. Wow. Our opponent gives us the round. I did not expect that at all. So we have a lot of points to make up. And for that reason, I think we're going to have to play Lydia front row here and look for something good right away. You don't control a vampire. That is 3 plus. I guess it's not enough to be worth it. Go here. And then Blightmaker is actually enough. So, well, Blightmaker is enough. Fisher King is enough also. Um, so I think I'm going to take the Fisher King because Blightmaker's one more point. Yeah. And yeah, this is going to be a good highlight of sort of like how to win with this deck. I think right now, I think we are pretty much we're in the driver's seat for the most part. We're gonna play into this round. So, darn. Okay, that was a mistake. Okay, so this is how we're gonna do this. Um, maybe it wasn't. Maybe that's fine. We're gonna go Blightmaker into the Albrecht, which brings him to the top. We're then gonna go Blightmaker into a novice, bring that to the top. Then we're gonna play Golden Nekker. It's gonna play the novice, and then we're gonna play Siri. We can fit everything back right here. So we go here. First one is the Albrecht. And something with this deck, yeah, just to like realize it doesn't matter about this card inequality that much. Definitely we don't want a super long round. He spends a Riptide. I think this is a very big mistake. This card is his pretty much his only option of, well, no, it's not. He can always move the Dodric down, but Yeah, I don't know. He's trying to play aggressively. We get good. Getting that out of him is good. It's worth a lot of points. But yeah, I guess it's not. It's not really a mistake. Um, since he can definitely deal with this by moving it. Going for it's Tyrannalia. All right, 1 + 8. All right, and now we're ready. We're gonna do this quick. Here we go. This draws the Albrecht. Put the Albrecht back on top. Go here. Take the Siri Nova. We're gonna actually, yeah, we're just gonna have this pull it as soon as possible. So this is the order of our deck. Here, strays. So we're actually going to, we'll draw the Mage Assassin with the strays. Okay. That's good. And we will click Imperial Golem. And we'll put this here. So we do some big tempo. Yeah, we probably go into the next round down a card. Probably not 2 cards, but we'll see how hard he goes. Going with Aridin. Okay. Yeah, I mean that doesn't get him ahead, so we're gonna pass here. Very, very fortunate there that he doesn't get ahead. So that narrows the gap by a card, and I think we should be feeling pretty good. We have some Siri carryover. That also doesn't get him ahead. So now he's got to play another card. Now we're down to even cards. So yeah, gives him some carryover, but we're looking good. I mean, we bleed in there, and we managed to even up the cards. We get out Riptide, we get out Aridin, which is really strong in a longer round. That Aridin was just able to go off unchecked, sort of. Let's get rid of this. We'll keep the Snowdrop. The next card is the Yen. We don't need that in our hand, and we definitely don't want another bronze in our hand. We're going to use the Strays to shuffle back the Albrecht. And we're not fully thinned here. We're going to have 3 cards in deck because we haven't played Leader yet. But we still have a 1 in 3 chance. So a 1 in 3 chance is pretty solid. We're going to be able to draw this, and we're going to shuffle the Albrecht back. Hopefully we're able to proc it. However, we're not going to do that right now. Oh boy. If I play this, I actually think it's worth it to play Snowdrop without clicking. Yeah. This is going to look really weird, but I actually think it is the right thing to do. Strangely enough. So I wanted to kill this card badly because of the way he played it. I wanted to be able to just take that out right away. I don't want him to stack a bunch of them. They're just worth too much to justify that. So because it's going to add points onto this, it's going to keep the fog is going to already be or the frost is going to be going the whole round pretty much anyway. But I think that play is worth it, and it also guarantees the strays on this turn. So the strays gets to play with the Albrecht. They get to play together. He's also done something here where he's used all of his leader charges. So that means this Dodric sort of has a chance of surviving. Very weird. He's gonna have to. He's gonna be forced to wrath this. See, we have an Albrick up to 22. So 22 and counting, because I don't know if he has. Maybe I'll have a bruiser. But yeah, this would have been able to move the alt Dodric, so I think him playing like that, it was worth it. So he uses the only form of tall punish, which means he's pretty lost here because he just can't. There's no way he can outpoint me. I mean, his golden child, even at max value, isn't playing as much as this yen. So here we're gonna use yen to grab dominance. He doesn't have tall punish, so we're just gonna boost this 5. Got a lot of frost. And I guess we'll just go ahead and. Is there anything like we're really concerned about? Is there anything Frost could do? Could he be running some cheesy card that would win him something? Really doesn't matter. I guess we'll just keep the lock in the case of he's running a Yaga with no no Sabbath or something. I don't know. But yeah, we're just completely destroying here. You can see that him giving that round 1 is just not working. You know, we have so much tempo with the game control in our hands. It's just not something, not good. Locking this doesn't actually do anything. So I guess we'll just lock this. This doesn't matter. Probably don't even have to play our last card. Yeah, we'll just show you. We're here. Pulls out the 22-point card. This played for 26. Offensively, he had some really tall units. So. All right. We've got Durgai, a very strong player. He's got Inspired Zeal. We're going second. And we have no GN in hand. Go here. And then priority-wise, we got to get rid of the divination. And we get the golden Nekker. Very, very fortunate. Consideration here is we have 2 mage assassins in hand. We can just dump everything from red coin potentially and just try to win on even at the cost of a huge commitment. That's definitely one way to play it, especially when you have a pretty playable hand here against a deck like this, where we do not want it to have round control to bleed us with something like Siege in round 2. So here, let's just we'll put the Blight Maker to the top. Now we're gonna start with Albrick. We're gonna start with Albrick to the top. Yeah. We can then place something else, or we can keep playing these a little bit. We want to work it down. Let's see what he does. You may actually just want to save, or no, we'll just see what he does. We'll see what he commits. Just give him a turn. He's playing Temple. I think we want to go all the way in. Yeah, he's playing Temple. It's a very slow play. Um, and no slow play goes unpunished. So I think what we're going to take to the top here is going to be the Novice. We could also take to the top Nova. We could take to the top the Snowdrop. Kind of like taking to the top Snowdrop. I think we're gonna jam everything here actually, and see how it goes. I'm gonna jam everything and see how it goes. Next play is gonna be a lot, so we got to be ready in our mind as to what we're gonna do before we even get going. He's slamming Refards, so he's not gonna be giving up this round easy. That's a good big commitment. I think we can outpoint it, but he's definitely going hard. Definitely going hard on it. So we're gonna try to disrupt these crew pocket if we can. These pings. And then on the next turn we'll be able to lock that. So we gotta go fast. Go here. Go here. Go here. We're gonna go here. Good. We're gonna draw Nova. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna use leader. Boom, boom, boom. Here, here. We're gonna hold this click for a turn. I think 10's hard to deal with. He might use his on Sace onto it. See what he got from Temple as well. Shawnee, Ada, and Boholt, these aren't the best. And yeah, we're gonna play our Novice here. This boosts. Okay. Seems like he's gonna pass. I think he might give it. Maybe not. May see a winch come down onto the Refards. Gonna keep playing. Definitely should have locked that last turn. Giving him a lot of playability in this round. Drawing back into the golem here. We definitely don't want to be drawing that. We're just gonna keep going. I think we may just play Nova and click the Snowdrop for 4 more points next turn. Okay, we're gonna lock that. Do we lock that, or do we just try and have more tempo? Lock is going to be important onto Demavend. Lock could be important in round 3. Could be It is just good here. We are just really concerned with winning the round. We are going to take it here. We're also going to click, and hopefully this will win us the round. I don't see how you can make these points up, but he's down 20. He needs 20. We've got 2. We need the 18 points. And then this is going to come out. So 18, 31. He needs 31 points. I don't know how he does that. Should have locked this a while ago. We wouldn't. He's still going. Okay. Gonna go there on safe, boosts by a bunch, and then kills the 14. So say he's got 28 more. We're down. He's down by 25. So on safe is gonna be more than enough. On safe is gonna be more than enough. Is it enough to tempo ahead of a Series 2? He only drew it there. It goes +7. Ace is probably at least 30. I don't think. I mean, if he can win on even back from 30-some points, then he gets it. I'll just give it to him. But yeah, we're going to take the win on even here with the series carryover into round 2. We want to get out that on safe if he's playing it. I think he is. I guess some of these decks don't play it. Vandergrift's Blade's an interesting choice. Do we have anything we can shuffle back? Okay, we can take Albrick here. Be nice to have Lydia in this round. I don't want to brick the light maker. Right, yeah, we'll take this here. Oh, and we hit the 25% chance. Huge. So we got some good tempo here. Up 18. Yeah, we're gonna jam this courier too. Do we play the courier or the blight maker? We'd like to keep one of them for next round. I think the courier is a little harder to remove as easily. And this is more points. So for those 2 reasons, I think we'll keep courier for next round, and we will go into a 7 versus 6 card round 3 probably. And I think we should win it against the Devotion and our deck. If he had rolled something crazy like Veraxis off of here, that would be really, really concerning. But he has to make up 14 points right here. He's not really like playing anything good. I don't know what he does to make this up. I don't know if we keep bleeding, try and get out of siege or something. What's he having here? Got winches. Could winch our Dodric. We could use Lydia next round to winch the Dodric. That would be a crazy play. We're gonna pass. We're going to see how he does 14 points. He's going to be down. We're going to have double last say. Okay, he's going to do with AA. He's going to do a Marine. That was easy. Not ideal. What are you going to do? We may offensive Vilg in this matchup if he goes greedy on a Demavend, like say he runs Demavend and just like takes it into winch or something. Oh, well, he's used 2 winches, so his Demavend is going to be only getting a couple cards, maybe 2 in this length of a round. So here we're just going to send back our Albrecht, and we're going to play Courier first. See what he does. May jam like a siege or something. There's no siege. It's AA again. I'm just wondering what he's going to do. That's like has the chance to outpoint us here. Go here. The next turn we're going to slam Dodric. See, this is a little more livable. Okay. Goes for the Revenant. We're going to play this anyway. I don't think he has much to set up the Revenants. Go here onto that. The next turn we'll just take it with a winch. We don't. I mean, even if this gets 20 points, it's not enough. Okay. He locks that. Is there any way to roll Purify off of this? I don't think so. But so we're just gonna go for Create. Yeah, these aren't very good. Do we want the 1 extra point here for the volunteers? I guess. Guess we'll take 6. Just helps maybe making his Revenant slightly better. But we can always just boost 1 if he knocks it down towards 1. Yeah, like Lydia here is okay, right? She's just like an 11 for 8. It's good. Sometimes she can get you something really good. I mean, even a winch there, if we could have got that onto the Dodric, is worth a ton of points. It's worth 5 plus 8. Right? Okay. We have to bow Holt. Going for more Revenants. We're just going to play a Maxi here. Now we've got Albrecht up to 24. Seems pretty good. This is going to be a 29-point bomb, followed by Yen, which is just 2 points less, 27. The build will be big too. Boom. Catch up real quick. Catch up real quick. Yeah. Man, he did the best he can. I think we're still winning this. I think so, right? Boom. Doesn't matter. The giant Onsace, the Baron getting such value. Just still not enough. Good game. Alright, and we've got Lerio, White Frost. We are on red coin again. Third game in a row. Here we get rid of Decree first. And we will get rid of Yen next, right? Because we can bring Albrecht to the top, or we can bring Golden Nekker to the top. Shuffle this out. Okay. Again here, we sort of have a chance to go really hard into this one. For the consideration, right? Did we take GN? Right? This does cost us some points, but should all work out in the end. Go here, put the Albrecht back. Then what we can do next is we can lift another Vicavara novice. Yeah. Yeah. See what he does here. Okay. It's playing kind of interesting. Go here. I think here what we do is we actually overwhelm. We will draw the series. It's good. Okay. So if we can do this quick enough. We're up by a lot. We're going to lock the Winter Queen immediately. Yep. Going to be the best lock. We're going to try to win this on even too. It's just a strategy here. Just makes sense because we just have so much in our hand and we can just dump huge amounts of tempo. And so we should take that while we have it, while we have the opportunity. We have 3 more cards we can play. We can play our own Red Riders back onto him. That plays for a good amount of points. We play our own Lerio to the front, or to the back row. He's getting ahead. Okay, we are going to take this Lerio here. Both enemy rows. Just good value. Probably the best thing we can get with monsters for the most part. In other matchups against monsters, you can go for spontaneous evolution. You can play it onto the roach. You can also go for banishment onto a griffin, which is really good. Okay. Goes in further yet. We can play another Blightmaker. But then we can't really tutor the Albrecht to the top in the next round. We play Siri here. I am a little bit concerned if you can clog the back row by moving. Okay. You have to have 2 movement cards. A little bit worried. If you can, I think we should be okay. I think we have to pass here. We don't want to play the Blightmaker and then not be able to tutor things in the next round and pass. Do have the Siri carryover. Yes, he has carryover too. I don't know. It's hard to know. If we play that here and he just drops a Korean Deer, it's probably a good trade, but then we lose the Golem in next round, and we still don't get ahead of that. So, all right, this is bad. I think I don't remember exactly where Golem is. I don't really want to play with it. We would really like to have this and this, though. I think we can't afford to have Golem in our hand, or else we lose. We just lose the game immediately. So we're going to have to just try to survive with this because I don't remember the exact order down that far. Yeah, and he's going to push in super hard, as hard as he can at least. Keep the Albrecht. We just hope we have enough. .13 Riptide. Keep going. May have to play Dodric in this round too. We're gonna have a small Albrick this game. This will be tough. It's a really tough one. Yeah, he's going all in. We're gonna have to commit build. Or we might not make it out also. Okay. I'm gonna put the Albrick to the bottom. Next card will draw us strays. But I think we're 2-0'd here. Yeah, not sure what else we could have done, but I guess we were sort of just cooked here. Don't have any specials in the deck, so we make 20-some points. No, we have to just hit. We miss. Unfortunately, yeah, we lose here. It's the only way you can really lose. Get 2-0'd. Maybe we should have tried to boost something else. We hit on the Zarth, nice. But we have nothing left. Yeah. We do make it to round 3, but we have none of our cards. None of our reveals. Probably better to have Maxi and then shuffle her back for this. No. Better not to play this. Or wait, it's a 5 and a 7, or an 8 and 5. Still better to have Maxi, to shuffle Maxi back. Keep the Do we ever shuffle this back? An extra 6 points spread out. No, it's worth it just to keep it. Just send this back. Yeah. Try and get some dominance, maybe. The only real way we have of winning at all is so small is if you missed cards. So we just play it out and see. This card is terribly slow whenever it's not used onto this, so that's definitely difficult. I'm gonna go here and try to gain dominance. That's not a very good card, the Frost. Yeah, we have dominance here, which is good. So you can't play like Riders or something off of this Oberon. Still probably too much since it's gonna have Golden Child next. And then we lose to that. We definitely lose to Golden Child, but we lose to pretty much anything. Yeah. Oh, he has it in deck, but he might have a Magfar still. Or, you know. No way. We lose by one. Oh no. Oh man. Ah, that's how it goes sometimes.